Hello and welcome to lesson 6.3, proportions in triangles. We're going to look at a couple of different theorems that I think you guys are going to find easy breezy. So this should be a nice simple lesson for you guys. The first thing we're going to look at is the side splitter theorem. And what the side splitter theorem states is that if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle and intersects the other two sides, then it divides the two sides proportionally. So looking at this, if QS and TU are parallel, then QT over TR is in proportion to SU over RU. So let's take a look at this as an example. If I let QR, so from here to here, be 10, and UR from here to here be 8, and TR from here to here be 6, I want to find UT, US, and RS. Well, I can find QT pretty quickly, right? QT is simply 10 minus 6, which gets me 4. Now, to do the rest of this problem, I'm going to have to use a proportion. I know that from Q to T, that's 4, is to TR, which is 6, as SU, which we don't know, that's my X, is to RU, which is 8. I'm now going to cross multiply and divide. I get 4 times 8, which is 32, equals 6x. Divide both sides by 6. This is not a whole number, so I'm just going to have to reduce. 2 goes into both of these. 2 goes into the top one 16 times, so I get 16 over 3 is x, which is the same thing as SU. So that's SU or US. RS is 8 plus 16 over 3. Well, I'm put 8 in terms of 3, which is 24 over 3 plus 16 over 3, which gets me 40 over 3 for RS. Okay. And then I'm afraid we can't find UT. I don't know why I put that on there, but we can't find UT, so don't worry about him right now. All right, let's take a look at this page. We can take the side splitter theorem and we can extend it. If I've got 3 parallel lines intersected by 2 transversals, then the segments intersected are proportional. So basically, do you guys see how these 2 lines, if I extended them, would eventually cross to make a big old triangle? We've essentially got the side splitter theorem happening here, but twice, right? So if this line is parallel to this line is parallel to this line, then VW over WX is equal to MZ over ZY. These sides are in proportion again. So let's take a look at an example down here. So here, I've got 4x and 5x on one side, and 4x plus 8 and 6x minus 10 on the other. So I'm going to set up a proportion. I'm going to do my lower portion, which for this guy is 4x, over my upper portion, 5x, is equal to my lower portion, 4x plus 8, over my upper portion, 6x minus 10. And now I'm going to have to cross multiply and solve. So let's do that. I get 4x times 6x minus 10 equals 5x times 4x plus 8. Distribute, I get 24x squared minus 40x equals, on this side, I get 20x squared plus 40x. Now I've got x squareds happening, so I need to bring everything to one side. So I'm going to move it all to the left. I get 4x squared minus 80x equals 0. 4 goes into everything, so that would be x squared minus 20x equals 0. And here I can factor out an x, so I get x minus 20 as the other piece. I set each of those equal to 0, and x minus 20 equals 0. So x must equal 20, because if it equals 0, then I have side lengths of 0, and actually, if I plugged it in here, I get a side length of negative 10, which is just not okay. So x must be 20. And yes, that's all I wanted to find. All right, our other theorem is the triangle angle bisector theorem, and we use this to find missing values in triangles, as with all of these. And what it says is that if a segment bisects an angle of a triangle, then it divides the opposite sides into two segments that are proportional to the other two sides of the triangle. So if BC bisects angle ABD, then the split side, get that, AC over CD is in proportion to the adjacent sides to the angles, AB and BD. So let's take a look at this problem down here. Here, as you can see, we've bisected angle ABD, which means that the split side, 10 over 18, is in proportion to the adjacent sides, 12 over x. I'm going to make my life easier before I start this by taking out a common factor on my left-hand side of my equation, so I get 5 over 9 equals 12 over x. So I end up getting, by cross-multiplying, 5x equals 108. Divide both sides by 5. Well, clearly 5 does not go into 108, so I am very happy to leave that as 108 over 5 as an answer for that missing side. So that's the end of your notes. Go ahead, take a look at the MML assignment, and get ready for the knowledge check. Thank you guys very much.